Hello, everybody. This is Big Boss Calvin 83. This is going to be a video response to Harvey Superboy. It's Mr. Boy 223, I believe. I'm responding to two of his videos, such as the video "Some of Our Women Are Dangerous" in the black community, and "She's an Evil Woman." Or I think he meant to say woman. But the links to his videos are going to be in the description box. So I have them in order so you can watch them. But anyway, he was discussing the news, in particular how some so-called black women are, and I agree with him. And he was talking about what he saw on the Rowan Martin show. It's News One, I believe. I watched that show religiously myself, and he was giving his commentary on how about the movie Nate Parker. Rowan Martin and Harvey was giving his commentary. No, he did the YouTube video basically, and Harvey, if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you can watch this. I'm a subscriber to your channel. You make a lot of good points, and I agree with most of your points. I don't agree with everything you say. There's some stuff I disagree with, but the majority of your stuff you talk about, 95% of it, I agree with. With the issues that are going on with the so-called black community, and how the men are, and definitely how the women are in the community. So I'm going to give you my take on what I witnessed watching the Rowan Martin show. And I'm like, I agree. So Rowan Martin is an interesting guy. I actually met him in person a few times in my travels in South Carolina, when he went to an HBCU, and in Washington, D.C. with my brother. Not going to go into it, but just saying I met him in person. And in this show, Rowan Martin does make a lot of good points on the issues, but the problem what I noticed, that he has a lot of these women who are not with the team and do not like brothers, and they're anti-man of color. You got a lot of these females who are militant, bitter, angry, and belligerent, and mean and nasty and disrespectful to brothers, and even disrespect him at times. But this particular woman, who's a black feminist, talking about how Nate Parker's a rapist, and she's not going to see the movie, and she's going to boycott him, and they're trying to explain to her that there's no rape scene in the movie, and I don't know what this bitch issue is. Amber J. Phillips, I think that's her name is. She's a dark-skinned, stereotypical dark-skinned, mammy-looking chick who got angry, who needs some professional help because she's a man hater. She's sexist. She's for black women. She claims to be for so-called black empowerment, but she's just for black women. So if you're just for one gender, but you're not for both genders, for the male and the female, because for us as a people to rise and combat Caucasian supremacy and racism, and for us to thrive as a people, the nation, with the community, has to rise with the man being the leader, basically. You women cannot beat this by yourself. You cannot do this by yourself. Now, y'all getting some perks from the Caucasian man. No, he's giving you some jobs. He's letting y'all go in college, giving you these social programs, grants and loans, letting y'all start your own businesses, and giving y'all welfare, forcing us to pay child support, making the men pay child support, exempting you from your responsibilities for your fucked up choices, and men and you having kids out of wedlock, and you not have no damn morals, and we can't check y'all because the court system is on the woman's side, the police are on the woman's side. I know it's across the board, but particularly in the so-called black community, there's two free people in this planet: the Caucasian man and the so-called black woman, black American woman to be exact. The Caucasian man and the so-called black American woman and the Caucasian woman, in that order. It isn't the last two are not necessarily in that order. It can go Caucasian woman, black American woman. But I can tell you from my experience, the top two free people in America is the Caucasian man, the racist Caucasian man to be exact, and the self-hating, coonish, Aunt your mama, mammy, Negro-pean, black American female. You know, and from my experience with dealing with black women, it's like you're mad as hell, you're belligerent, you're angry, you take your anger out on the wrong person, the wrong guy. You make poor choices in men, you make poor choices in your life, you're irresponsible, sexually immature and irresponsible, you make immature decisions, and you make dumbass decisions at that, but you don't take no personal responsibility. You joined in the 60s and in the 60s and 70s, majority of so-called black women, I call y'all Negro-pean females, have bought into this feminist bullshit, thinking that if they join hands with Caucasian women, American Caucasian women, that they were going to get acceptance by Caucasian male and female and be free, and because they didn't have no faith in us brothers, the previous generation of brothers, so they fought that, and look where we are, broken and fucked up as hell because the women that destroyed the community. I'm not saying the men didn't play a part in the problem, but the woman has been the overseer by design because of feminism, and feminism is nothing more than a form of, and feminism and female privilege is nothing more than a form of white supremacy, Caucasian supremacy to be correct. Harvey, if you guys watch those two videos, Harvey makes a good points. I'm watching. So-called black women wonder why y'all have excuses for why you're angry. Why you're angry at us when I didn't do nothing to you. Not every brother, not every so-called black man has done you dirty. It's the ones that you chose. You chose to lay down with, fucking suck, engage, have a relationship with, have kids by. You made that dumbass decision. You were chasing money, or you were chasing dick. He gave you some attention, told you what you wanted to hear. You reject guys who tell you the truth, who's honest and upfront, and tell you how they feel about life and how they feel about you, or just they're honest with themselves. Hey, I'm not the most perfect guy. I don't have X, Y, and Z, but I got this. You reject that guy instead of giving him a fucking chance, which you should. You don't do that, but you pick this guy who tells you everything you want to hear. He's lying to you, deceiving you. He's an asshole, he's a jerk, he's lazy, he's a degenerate, he's a baller, and I'll reiterate, he's a thug. You no good. You've been warned about this guy, this particular male, but you continue to fuck with this guy and have babies by him. Whose fault is that? Women are the fucking choosers. Y'all talk about, my mom was talking about brothers need to step up, men need to step up. Well, my response, I didn't tell her that. I have had my disagreements with my mother and women in my family about this, and some men too. But the thing is, it's like, women, y'all need to step up. Fuck that. Well, we're more in college than y'all. Y'all in college, and the reason why you're in college more because you're recruited more, and you've been selected to go. Okay? You know, just a lot of brothers who plan to go to school and all that stuff. And why do I gotta have a college degree to be taken seriously by you dumbass bitch? But me having a college degree does not have nothing to do with me being intelligent or not. Just a lot of people who don't, a lot of men at this case, who are successful, who are millionaires and billionaires, own and control stuff, and run this goddamn planet, run this earth, run this world, and don't have a fucking college degree. There's a lot of people who are successful without college degrees. A lot of people are prosperous without getting that 8 by 11 piece of paper that you bitches talk about. You know what I mean? You know, you women go by looks, you go by status, you go by fame, you go by fucking money, popularity, what have you. And then when it bites you in the ass, you don't take no personal responsibility. Men have to take responsibility for the women we choose to deal with, entertain. People say, I say women are the choosers because they have the final say. I can't do nothing to a woman without her fucking consent. Can't hug her, can't touch her, can't kiss her, can't suck her toes, can't fuck her without her fucking saying yes. Remember, the no means no. Man respects that. You know, some of you women like to play games and say, well, if he backs off and respects my feelings, he's weak. If he's not beating on me and cursing me out and disrespecting me, he's a pussy. Y'all said that. Y'all said that to me. Other guys, you said that to other guys. Be honest. And then y'all talk about, I want a man who's persistent, then he's persistent, then he's in jail for a sexual assault, rape, battery, whatever the fuck. Or he's a harassment. No, because he persisted, because you said you wanted to persist after you told him no and saying not interested, don't want to go there, but you say, then you're telling them, you're giving these mixed messages, and that's fucking up shit. You're being a fucking tease, and you're putting yourself in a fucked up position. Putting yourself in a compromised position, and that's how some of y'all get harmed. This is how some of y'all get raped, get beaten, get killed. That because y'all play too many fucking games. Not every person's been raised with the kindness to respect people's space and be courteous and know how to read common sense and know how to read the bullshit that y'all females play on guys. So I'm gonna give you my opinion what I've witnessed on Roland Martin. This bitch Amber, this dark skinned chick was rude, disrespectful, talking about calling Nate Parker a rapist, talking about she ain't gonna see the movie because it's a rape scene, but this is bullshit because she heard. And the one other woman, she had some good sense saying people should see the movie, but I don't agree with her being a feminist. My sisters, so-called black women, stop being feminists, okay? Stop joining Caucasian women. Stop fighting their battles and thinking you're going to get acceptance. You're being used. You know what I'm saying? Caucasian women don't give a fuck about you. Caucasian feminists don't give a fuck about the black woman. Caucasian people don't give a fuck about you nigger bitches. And that's real. If they don't care about us, what in the world makes you think they're going to care about you? Y'all don't think. You're too emotional. You don't use logic and common sense. You've been given by God. Y'all believe in this Jesus too, which is a killer. But you claim to be so damn smart and so wise and so mature, and you see you're wise beyond your fucking years, but you can't see the bullshit, and you make dumbass decisions and boneheaded choices. And then when someone says something about it, particularly your brother, now other groups can say some shit, but you gotta go. The Caucasian man can criticize you, and you take it with a fucking smile. Some of y'all do, but when it comes from a brother, you have a problem with that. You can't handle criticism. That's why y'all should step the fuck down and let men be the leader. Y'all, and stop this. Sometimes you gotta let a man be a man. Stop that shit. That's nothing more than fucking manipulation. I'm gonna let him think he's in control. I'm gonna man stroke him, thinking that he's in control to do responsibility. But when it comes to making decisions and being a leader, I'm not gonna follow his ass because I gotta have an opinion. Fuck that bullshit. Leave that shit at the door. So like I'm saying, this bitch Amber talking about, yeah. I mean, she still believes in her fucking heart that Nate Parker raped that Caucasian woman, and she's defending Caucasian women when she says she has a problem with Nate Parker and any brother who dates outside their ethnicity, but at the same time, you hate the brother with the Caucasian woman, the black man with the Caucasian woman, what you call a white woman, but at the same damn time, you defend Caucasian women. But when same with Gabrielle Union doing the same shit. Oh, I mean, I don't know why women, you cannot use your personal problems and project it on some other guy who had nothing to do with your situation. It was unfortunate to whatever happened to you, but we're not responsible. The whole male gender is not responsible for what that guy did to you. Didn't you dirty, violating you, wherever the hell. Women, y'all have violated men. You have lied on men. Y'all even raped men. You even molested boys. Okay, so it's a two-way street. Don't give me that argument that's a false equivalent. It's not a false equivalent. Y'all killed men. You have abused men physically. You have caused harm to men. You have lied on men. Y'all had made false accusations of domestic abuse, domestic violence, false accusations of rape. I mean, y'all have falsely accused men of sexual harassment at school and at the job. And men have lost their jobs and gotten in trouble and gotten some serious shit because of that shit. So, see, I mean, I'm tired of you women saying thinking that your pain overrides everybody else's. Your pain matters. Your life matters. But fuck the man, especially the black man, pain and suffering and his fucking plight in this American society. Free case, don't get it twisted. You should have been. My thing with that bitch Amber, Gabrielle Union, other women who are rape victims. There's no such thing as a rape survivor, because my thing is the only way to survive a rape is you defend yourself and beat the attacker. And there's women rapists out here too, who rape women and men, but nobody talks about that. You don't hear about it. You always think the rapist is a man, particularly a black man. When you have more, but my thing is with these women, with these females, particularly you black women, where are y'all? How come y'all ain't angry at these Caucasian men? Some of these Caucasian men, you have a bunch of Caucasian men who raped women and raped y'all. Y'all ain't angry. Y'all silent, getting slaps on the wrist. You had a Caucasian guy. I watched your Vice show, and he's a good guy. Shout out to him. You getting Caucasian men who rape chicks, rich Caucasian men, especially, and guys like Donald Trump, sexually assaulting women, raping women, getting slaps on the wrist or getting by with it. You bitches don't say shit because he's a Caucasian man. But if it's a brother who's falsely accused of something and he's found innocent and there's evidence, y'all still say he's guilty. What the fuck? So basically, you're going to bow down, kiss, and suck your master's dick. You're going to worship your slave master's dick and kiss, basically because he's a Caucasian man, he can do whatever the hell he wants. And if the world say he's innocent, you're going to believe it. And the world said he's guilty, you're still going to defend him. But if a brother is accused of something and he's found innocent, he's guilty. So basically, a so-called black man is guilty to prove it innocent. He's just guilty as guilty. And even if it's in the past, and even if this situation, this encounter with this chick happened like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, you're still saying he's guilty. You're so black women, y'all want to just throw us underneath the goddamn bus to get acceptance from Caucasian people and other groups who don't give a fuck about you. As some of you women who talk about rape issues, have never been raped. But there's a lot of men who've been lied on been falsely accused of rape and in jail, who've been raped in prison. There's guys who've been raped by chicks, especially boys. Y'all don't say nothing about these teachers fucking these these female teachers fucking these male students. Where's your outrage? Oh, I forgot you have to have a son to give a shit. So basically, he's just a guy. He's just a guy. Y'all don't give a fuck. And then you women talk about this female empowerment, talk about equality and all that shit. First of all, if you fought for fucking equality, you fought egalitarianism. Most of you women don't want fucking equality. I'm talking about all women now. All y'all want is special rights, special privileges, and advantages over men. But you want to do whatever the hell you want to do. All power, no responsibility. But it's always, when shit goes good, you're okay with it. But when shit goes bad, when you, based on what you did and what you did to yourself, or what other women did, what happened to your kids, it's the man's fault. A lot of you women have told your sons it's okay. You feminize your sons, talk about and then you worship gay males, worship these faggots, put them on pedestals, saying that's a real man. You talk about real men being slaves and kissing your ass and kissing your feet, and wearing themselves out to provide for your lazy ass, and then when a man says this ain't right, this ain't fair, you want to talk about he's less of a man or he's a misogynist. He holds you accountable. He's sexist. Excuse me. It's fucking bullshit, black women. I mean, women, period, but black women, is really fucking pathetic. You see where I'm going with this? Whew. Now, what else did I want to cover? You know, it kills me about these so-called black women in America is that you hate men, you hate brothers. You talk about the black man didn't protect you during slavery when you wasn't a slave. You are still a slave, but you wasn't in chains. Let's get that straight. You said when there was countless men who tried to protect their women, who couldn't even protect themselves. This is what happens when you don't know your fucking history. But y'all believe in this feminist garbage that that black men let Caucasian men and Caucasian women rape y'all. Which is bullshit. There were some guys who were afraid to say shit because of the consequences. Because they didn't want to get killed. They didn't want to get the families killed. They didn't want to get the hounds burned down. So this is why we didn't have no power to defend ourselves. Period. There was brothers who died and took the fall and got, and there's your fathers, your uncles, your sons, your brothers have gotten killed to protect y'all from getting raped and killed and harmed, mutilated, and whatever the fuck. And just be a victim of marginalization and genocide. But y'all don't acknowledge that. No, stop going by what the TV tells you, women. Stop doing that shit. Particularly black women, stop doing that shit. I mean, it really irritates me. Y'all talk about, you angry, you've been hurt. We've been hurt too. My mom was, my mother's boyfriend had an argument with the situation to talk about, y'all sisters talk about, y'all been hurt, we've been hurt, we've been going for help. We catch more hell than y'all do. Y'all get more leeway and more freedom to do whatever the hell you want to do, and y'all get more resources than you're allowed to have resources and privilege to do whatever, to be who you are and be who you want to be, but we can't. You can go certain areas and they're not going to judge you. We can't. You can say certain things. As long as you're bashing us, it's okay. But if we say something, we're wrong. We say something to you, we're wrong. So basically, who's more oppressed? Men are oppressed. More so than the women. Everybody talk, you women talk about fucking misogyny, but what about the misandry? What about your sexism? What about your hatred for men who did nothing to you? The majority of men did not do nothing to you. Majority of so-called black men did nothing to you. You had a bad experience with one brother, you was a victim, like this. You was a victim of your mom's poor choice. That her boyfriend molested you, raped you. You mad at all brothers for that? When we had nothing to do with that, you should be mad at that guy. How come you didn't go to the police? How come you ain't mad at your mom Go to the police and get her arrested for being an accessory to that shit. Your aunties and your aunties and your female cousins who knew about that shit and didn't do shit. Women in your family female relatives who knew that you were a victim of this heinous crime, but they didn't do shit. But you want to blame us for it. I mean, y'all women need to take personal responsibility for the shit that y'all do. And whenever happens to you, if you're a victim of your mother's poor choice, she needs to be held accountable as well. You know, stop with this. I'm sick and tired of you guys, especially you guys are afraid to challenge these women and debate these women on this bullshit and call them out on their bullshit. Sometimes you gotta curse a bitch out on TV, but you're afraid of losing your job. Stop being scared. Stop having tail between your legs. Stop with the spread the blame. Well, men need to stop doing this. No, women need to stop doing that shit. Stop saying that men need to stop doing it. It's not men. It's just a particular individual that the women don't blame. They want to blame us, but they don't blame that guy that they're fucking and sucking. You know, they don't want to blame that guy directly because that guy, that bad boy, that thug, that jerk, that asshole, that lazy ass asshole motherfucker will call her out on her bullshit. And she don't want to be embarrassed. Most women like bad boys. They like thugs. They like bad boys. They like thugs. They like assholes. They like feminized, effeminate males. But the reason why they don't admit this shit because society wouldn't have no damn sympathy for these bitches. Y'all feel me on that? And the reason why, and in my last point, because I know this is long, the reason why Harvey and a lot of you guys, the reason why women, particularly black women, you talk about a certain group of women in the community, or you just talk about American women period, or just women period, you talk about a certain group of women, not all, the reason why they get offended when you talk about a certain group of women, because they're that bitch. If you talk about them bitches over there, that bitch that you was not talking about gets offended because she's that bitch. Basically, what I'm saying is, hold on. If you talk about a certain group of women, or this particular bad woman, women stick together. Women will stick together like you will not believe, and I know you know that. They stick together. A lot of women, when you talk about a certain group of women, or a certain group of women, a lot of these women will protect that woman because they're on that feminist bullshit. And they say not all women are like that. We didn't say all. We talk about that bitch or that group of bitches over there. And if you call them out and you say, I mean, this is what happens when you say that, hey, that female is a bitch right there, and that woman gets mad because she's a bitch herself. That's plain and simple. No, a lot of women, when you start to talk about a certain group of women, or it's just a majority of women who are like that, it's because the majority, because the truth of the matter is, a lot of them are like that. And what I mean by this, when that woman gets offended, when you talk about a certain group of women, even though you didn't say all, she's exactly what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women think they're good women, and they value themselves as a good woman. When you point the negative traits of what a bitch is, what an evil ass cunt is, or what the evil slut is, they get offended because of the fact that you're talking about themselves, you're talking about their mother, you're talking about their sister, you're talking about their auntie and female relatives. They know that shit. Same with the Caucasian people. When I talk about a certain group of Caucasian people doing some evil ass shit, racist shit. Now, a lot of Caucasian people know, when I didn't say all, but I said enough, they get mad. The ones I'm talking about get mad because they know deep down inside they're racist as hell. They don't like people of color, and especially people of color and other groups who are non-Caucasian identified. And they know they got Caucasian supremacists. They work with Caucasian supremacists. They got family members who are racist and are Caucasian supremacists, and they got client members that are connected with their family and friends. That's why they get offended. Say no different with the women. Women know they got some sluts, they got some hoes, they got some bitches. feminists, they know, women know that they're connected to those females. They know when you talk about that bitch and call her out and say she's a bitch over there, one of them will get offended because of the fact that she's a bitch deep down inside, or if not, likely she is a bitch, or she knows that her mom is a bitch, her sister's a bitch, and her female relatives is a bitch. So that's why some women get offended when you talk about a certain group of women because of that shit. I mean, but I'm sick and tired of y'all females saying not all when we didn't say all. When a lot of times you're telling on your fucking self. So when a woman says not all women are like that, when I didn't say all women, I said a certain group, a certain this type right there, this type of individual. You already told on yourself. So the bottom line is that deep down inside since you called her sister out or called her out, period. And I'm gonna give you another pointer. She knows that she's been exposed. A lot of women think because she got a vagina just like me, she got ass and titties just like me, and she bleeds every month. Well, some of y'all do, but I mean, or went through menopause just like she did. That hey, she thinks. A lot of women who are bad women, treacherous ass bitches, think, oh, since I'm a bad bitch, that means I'm a woman, she must be a bad bitch too. Stupid logic like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, to let you know from the future references, when a woman says not all women are like that, when you didn't say all, she told on herself. Because when you say that treacherous bitch over there, she's that treacherous bitch that you're talking about, the one who got offended. Most of the people who get offended when you talk about a certain group of people are the ones you're talking about. I hope I made sense. So when you talk about, so the next time you talk about a certain bitch over there, this type of woman over there, and you wasn't talking about her, but you got offended, that means she's that bitch, or she knows somebody in her family that's like that, or she has a girlfriend like that. And that's the way women, that's how we identify y'all bitches and say, and that's why we're justifying saying the vast majority of women are like this because of that. Because you protect them. Stop protecting these bad bitches because they're giving you a bad name. Wake the fuck up. I'm out of here. Peace. You have a good day.